Good afternoon, Houston, Texas. I am coming to you from underneath Highway 59 in downtown Houston near Minute Maid Park. And here is where one of the largest homeless tent city camps once stood. And just recently, the city of Houston forced them out. And they're in the process of putting them in a housing development, not a homeless shelter, but it's more of a place where homeless people can go and get back on their feet. And all this area right here was tent city. I mean, there was literally hundreds of tents and people around all the time that had nothing or very little. So all this area here, all the way down, was tents, basically. And now there's no one here. I do see a few people sitting around, though. Now, some of these people, you know, they wanted help. Some of them didn't care. Some of the people had jobs. They just hit some bad luck. Lost their jobs during the pandemic. Lost their homes to fires, domestic violence, all kinds of different things that put them out. Some of the people ended up out here from their own stupidity. Alcohol, drugs. But either way, my heart kind of goes out to them. I've been there myself. I've been down the East Coast riding freight trains, and I was houseless. And I call myself houseless because at the time I didn't have a house. But I always had a home wherever I was. And pardon me if you hear me sniffling a lot, maybe coughing. I have a little cold going on here. But yeah, I've been there. It's a rough life. I kind of did it for the experience. And it was interesting. Met a lot of cool people. Met a lot of not so cool people. So, but it's something I always remember, riding freight trains, staying in different states and different towns, sleeping under bridges myself with some other people I knew. It was quite an experience, sometimes sad, sometimes fun. But anyway, it was still something I can relate to. Some of these people cannot get a break. I kept myself going, finally established myself. I have a job, you know, now I pay rent. I don't have a luxury apartment, but I live in a studio, and you know what? I call it home. But I can understand some of these people that were out here. Some are good, some are bad. Either way, most of the city just looked right past them. They would move them out because we are near Minute Maid Park, which I will show you in a minute. We're right behind Minute Maid Park. And during sporting events, and especially the World Series, when the Astros went to the World Series here in Houston, they were forced out of this area too, because they wanted the city to look good. For all the people coming from all over the country to come to the World Series. But usually within a few weeks, this was tent city again. But now I think this is permanently closed. I run right along a feeder road here. I used to drive by here all the time. I see a bunch of people. One man hanging out over here. We have a Donaker still here for people to use. Get out of the rain even, maybe they would. But around over here is Minute Maid Park. There were still tents along here too. I mean, it wasn't just in that area I was just walking. It was all over this, underneath this bridge, this section. I can only imagine, like, in the recent deep freezes we had here, how some of these people were doing. They're not used to the extreme cold. That's when I lived in Boston. We had some pretty extreme snow and blizzards and really, really, really cold weather. Yeah, so right over here is Minute Maid Park, the baseball stadium here in Houston. I have a little wash sink there, portable wash sink, I guess, for the people that had nowhere to go. They can wash up a little bit. Even though there's probably dirty, contaminated water in there. But Houston has a large homeless situation. I mean, every large city does. And from what I hear, ever since Hurricane Katrina went through New Orleans, the homeless population blew up here, and usually because a lot of them came here or were brought here. And they never went back. At the time during Hurricane Katrina, they were using the abandoned Houston Astrodome to house everybody, which got kind of chaotic from what I hear. I wasn't in Texas during the time of Hurricane Katrina. I was still up north in New England. Now this house up here too, that's a historical landmark. A lot of people dub that the house without a home. It's the Cone House. I didn't do much research on them yet, but maybe I will one day do another video. But this house was sitting in front of Minute Maid Park on the other side of it, and they moved it over here. And there's just no place for it in Houston right now. Maybe they'll find a place, put this house one day, fix it back up, restore it. And I'm trying to keep talking too because I have music next to me. However, I hope it blocks out the noise. New kind of microphone I have. And there is downtown. I got to stop here for the light to turn green. But there is the house without a home. Looks like it was once a really nice house, and like I said, it's registered in historical places in Houston. Gonna try and cross in a minute when I can. But yeah, this is downtown area. It's kind of rough, this area anyway. I'm gonna try and cross here without getting, I think this is one-way street. Get run over. I'm gonna get on the other side of the house here, and yeah, there used to be a lot of stuff over here too. And this was also a filming location behind Minute Maid Park, where this parking lot is. RoboCop 2 was filmed in Houston in 1990, 91, maybe 92. The main headquarters was right here. And it's a parking lot now. The building is gone. And this is a temporary location right behind Minute Maid Park. Sorry. Yeah, here's the other side of the house, and it's still sitting on blocks. See, this would be a great little house to fix up. It'd take a lot of money, a lot of time. At least they did demolish it, and I don't think they can anyway because it's historical. It has some a lot of missing pieces there on the side, falling apart. Still a nice house. And there is US 59. I was just walking under where the encampment was. This goes all the way, I don't know how far, definitely across this city. Always busy, always traffic up there, especially this time of day. And they're still planning to do that 45 extension through here. Well, more over here, back there, and it's controversial. A lot of people are against it. Back behind me, more shots of downtown. And back at Minute Maid Park still. I remember when the Houston Astros won their last World Series, the second time they won the World Series. I would not be caught dead over here. The game was not here. It was elsewhere, I don't remember. But they had a showing on the big screens in Minute Maid Park there. And we were coming home from work, and it was insane. Downtown was insane. People celebrating. We finally got home because they shut down the trains and buses and everything downtown. They weren't running. Finally got an Uber and got ourselves home. So that's the good news. Now I'm going to head over this way soon. I'm going to go by Minute Maid Park. There goes the green line towards Magnolia Park. It's actually the train I take often. That's the one I take to go downtown to get on my bus to work and to go home every night. That direction right there. I believe we have a train coming through here. One of probably the purple line, because the green line just passed already. So yeah, here comes purple, right around the corner under this tunnel. And there he is, blinking. Gotta cross right here at Capitol. Going to turn down there. I'll go under the 59 bridge. Head to the soccer stadium. And right away, another one is coming. It's always one or two trains coming down this track. Either the green or the purple. Pretty interesting right here. And right in front of Minute Maid Park now, by the way. And that house without a home used to sit right over here in this parking lot right in front of Minute Maid Park, and it was sitting there for years. And there was also an old steam engine that was parked here on some tracks next to it, pretty much. Oh, we got something on the bridge, yeah, the steam engine was sitting there for years because Minute Maid Park used to be, a long time ago, back to the 1920s probably, a train station. So this was their train line from here to Galveston. As far as I know, just Galveston. I don't know where else. But yeah, steam engines definitely used to run through here, out of that building right there, which is now the baseball field for Houston. Well, I think that is just about it for this video. I just wanted to walk a show and check out the old tent city that was shut down and no longer there. Maybe they'll last, maybe they'll be back. You can never tell. But the police have tolerated them being down there, but after I do some more research, because this is recent, we'll find out what they're going to do with that land under there. Hopefully clean it up, just make it a walkway or something. I don't know, but yeah, so anyway, just wanted to do that, walk around here, catch a train or two, just get out of the house for the day, make a video as usual. But anyway, until next time, and I bring you more random chaos, stay awesome.